Beautiful people, it is lovely to be with you, to share some time with you, connect with you all in this now moment. Um, so it's happened. It has happened. I've got a beautiful story to share with you. It is happened in the most profoundest of ways too, but in the most unexpected of ways as well. So those of you that recall, I posted up a video on the 24th of November with a real nudge from the innate. Well, what I thought was the innate, you'll understand why I say that as we move forward, with a sense of there was going to be an event of significance that would occur on the 1st of December. And there was a real feeling that run through the video that the month of December was going to be very poignant, and you've got some kind of, some doorways of time as we move in this new cycle of time that are going to be really kind of important. And the 1st of December was really flagged up to the point that I place that within the title of the video, and I spoke about that. I will put a link in this video so you can go back and watch it if you haven't, and I'm going to put another link in there, but I'll share with you what that's all about as we move forward. So I'd said on the 24th of November, look out for the 1st of December. There feels to be a real sense of an event that would happen of significance on the 1st of December. So I kind of wake up 1st of December, and I'm kind of sitting there looking out the window, kind of just contemplating and listening, deep listening to the day. And I kind of look around at global news, and nothing out of the ordinary, nothing was kind of being reported. And I thought, well, the day's got to play out, unfold. And I kind of moved into my day, and I was very blessed that the beginning of my day I got to sit with a wonderful lady that I've known for many years, on Skype, and on one side of the world, she's almost the other. Certainly is a vast distance between us, and I started to kind of channel the energies that were around her, and this incredible energy come through as a guide, and it had never shown itself before over the years, and it come through with immense strength, and this real feeling of light, and I've never quite felt something of this ilk. And what I mean by that is the way that it come through, and there was this sense of it materializing and then dematerializing. And I'm kind of very used to working with the other side of life, feeling a loved one come through, and guides often, but a loved one come through, and you get a sense of them solidly walking into the space, and you get this kind of tangible, solid, physical feeling around them, and yet this was lighter, but there was, and I mean a lot lighter, but there was this sense of the feeling of materially appearing and then dematerializing. Almost it was this feeling of dissolving and collapsing in on itself and gone, and then reappearing. There was a real feeling of that, and kind of when you channel spirit, the departed, you kind of get a sense of facial features. It's a feeling rather than seeing. You get a sense of facial features, kind of ailments, how they passed, and it's kind of all tangible physically. This was, you know, the only physical features that were there were light and these eyes that were peering, kind of profound eyes that were peering through the light, but the rest of it was light, and this kind of sense of being there and then dissolving, and this kind of feeling of it happening very fast and in microseconds. And I don't say any of this lightly. And then there was this feeling of looking up, you know, the real sense of looking up at the sky and seeing these three poignant features in the sky of lights in the sky, and then this light central to that felt as if it was pulsing, just this pulsing light, this light that was appearing, disappearing, appearing, disappearing, and there was a tone, there was a sound to that which was quite deep in resonance, but I could feel the resonance rather than hear it, and that felt very, very profound. The whole experience, the whole time we shared together was profound and always is. And then we know we said our goodbyes. We'd shared for some time, and we said our goodbyes, and it was lovely. And then you know, the day moves move through the day. Couple of consultations, some administration, and I'm thinking to myself, you know, so what was, you know, what was that about? What was that about on the first? And as I said, it may be nothing, but my feeling is it was going to be something. And you know, kind of moved into the evening and kind of, you know, rest, bit of supper, done some kitchen alchemy, made some soaps, ginger and orange oil soaps infused with crystals, amazing alchemy, and it was just kind of, you know, it was wonderful. That was the night before actually, but I cut them. That's what I done yesterday. Then this morning, I fire up the computer to prepare for the day, some consultations and some administration, some emails. And now I have a beautiful email from this lovely lady I shared time with yesterday, and it was, oh my God, Shane, watch this now. Watch this now. There's going to be a link to this video, and it was a video from a lady called Laurie Ladd, incredible lady that, you know, for me, and this lovely lady that I shared time with, you know, it appeared in our world out of nowhere, and I originally shared it with her, and you know, some of her stuff, and you know, this video was sitting there, and Laurie, and if you look at the date stamp is the 1st of December, and I think listening to her video, it was the night before or the early morning, but the date stamp is the 1st of December, and Laurie lives, she's in this cabin on the edge of the desert, and she's kind of gone out there, and you'll watch the video, please watch the video. She's gone out there and she's looking up at the night sky, kind of, you know, pondering and kind of, you know, getting a sense, and she always knew that they at some point, you know, would make contact, because, you know, she has this contact, psychically, energetically, telepathically, with these beings. And I do not say this lightly, you know, I do not say this lightly. And she'd had you know, had this kind of, you know, relationship to energies, and beings, and she looks up at the sky and there's these three lights. These three lights that appear. Okay, these three lights that appear. And one that appears and disappears, appears and disappears and appears and disappears. And I remember watching this, and the link's there, please watch it. And I'm just feeling completely emotionally knocked over. And then sitting there thinking to myself, that feels completely orchestrated. And one of the things that I said in my video is that what shows up on the first, what shows up was my words. What reveals itself, what shows up on the first is as a seed that is being planted for the year to come, for 2021. Listen to what Laurie says. Very similar words, that watch out for 2021. Still processing what's happened. I will put a link into the video. I've got more to say about this as we move forwards, but the point being is that the event, as far as I'm concerned, absolutely has happened. It has happened, and in the most unexpected of ways. And I think there's two polarities, because there was, something that in a way had manifested that happened yesterday also in a local way, but I believe is happening up and down our country, which is in the opposite end of that spectrum. So what we've got is the light over here, and we've got the darkness over here, and the suppression and the force, or the momentum of driving fear and suppression and all those things that come with that. And then we've got this event over here that is absolutely the opposite end of that spectrum. And it's like, what do we choose to move into? What do we choose to feed? Are we going to kind of lose ourselves to that narrative, or are we going to keep moving towards the light and our evolution? Because that absolutely was what was deeply spoke about yesterday, is that our spiritual human evolution is consciousness, without a shadow of a doubt. I'm going to leave all that with you. I will be back very, very soon. And of course we got a really beautiful video to share with you for winter solstice, and I've got a real kind of anchor on what that's going to be, but it's all going to be about holding the light and absolutely collectively just shining really brightly. Heartfelt pleasure. See you all very, very soon. Keep shining.